Cari amici di VOIR, questa sera siamo in compagnia di una delle coppie più celebri del panorama jazzistico internazionale, Tac e Patti. Stanno per arrivare in Italia con un concerto esclusivo a Palermo e questa sera abbiamo il piacere di presentarveli. Patti, dai vostri concerti è palpabile l'amore che vi unisce, un messaggio d'amore che va al di là del vostro rapporto. Cosa si prova a portare questo messaggio in tutto il mondo?
Well, I think that we're not so much consciously thinking about it. It's just like the foundation that our whole collaboration and life is built on is this a good, to us, the solid foundation of love, not just romantic love, but really true feeling love. So I think it gets translated to the audience because that's what we're feeling, although we're not consciously going, okay, now we're going to... Although sometimes I like to think I just am showering everybody in the audience with just a love bomb. So I like to feel that when I'm singing to people, I'm touching their heart. But it's not... You think...
Well, when we first got together, we sat down and talked about what we'd like to communicate through our music. Now we'll have an audience, so what shall we say? And we realized that we both felt exactly the same way. The most important thing there was really to communicate to somebody was love. But how do you do that? Well, I don't have a dispenser that I can just fire love, like a gun, a love gun. So we realized that was our intention. But then all we can do is just do our best to play the music, and now trust that the intention will become the reality.
Alla fine dei vostri concerti voi generalmente non lasciate il palco, rimanete in platea e aspettate che tutti vadano via. Cosa vi porta a soffermarvi con le persone?
Well, for us, I think that moment is as important as the whole evening. It's like it ties it all together because the people that come and hear our music and that we have met over the years have a personal connection. They feel a personal, very true connection. And so it's important to us to say thank you to people who have come all these years and who, give us their attention, and they give us as much love back as we give to them. And so it's just become, we do it all over the world. We always stay and meet people and say hello and give a hug or, because everyone has a story, music for all of us, the groups we like are like the soundtrack of our life sometimes. Or most of the time, people have music that they can remember what they were doing in their life, what's happening, and it's personal, and we want it to stay personal. We want people to know it's not just we stand and perform for you and then it's bye-bye,
Ogni anno fate numerosi concerti in Italia. Come mai avete questo rapporto così stretto con il nostro paese?
It's like a second home to us, really. We've spent so much time in Italy, although we know we're not Italian and we don't have a native Italian's attitude. At the same time, we're so comfortable in Italy and we've traveled so much in the country and met so many people that it's just like home for us. And sometimes we look in our database and realize that we've been to more cities than any Italian has gone to, unless you're a truck driver. We've played in about 100 cities in Italy, and we rent a car and we drive all over Italy. So we love it, and everywhere we go, we make friends, and some of our best friends are Italian people that we got to know at shows.
Yeah, over the years.
Yeah, the day before we play in Palermo, I'm best man at the wedding of somebody that we met the first time at our show in Milano, and now we're all best friends, and we see them, they see us, and so it's like that for us. It's very familial. It's like family feeling.
Yeah. Also, for us, in the first record, in Tears of Joy, in Europe we played, in Japan and around the world, but Italy was one of the first places that really embraced us, and it was a big success that way. But Italian people from the very beginning really took us to their heart, and So I know that that's, you know, sort of the looking at the how, because we were exposed to people, we were on the TV and radio and all this stuff. But Italy was, you know, Italy is just, if Italy embraces you, it's like a real embrace. And it seems to last a lifetime.
Siete non solo grandi interpreti di celebri canzoni come Time After Time, ma anche autori della vostra musica. Cosa cambia quando suonate con il pubblico?
Well, for my part, as a singer, when I do another writer's songs, I have to it feels like I wrote it. It's something that I would say. And so that's how I choose which ones that I really want to do, because it feels right for me to say it. And if it doesn't feel that way for me, then I can love the melody, I can love the tune and the arrangement and everything, but if it doesn't speak to my heart, then I don't do it. So I think, and then the difference of writing, it just comes from you. I mean, I do the writing for us, and we of course are collaborating on arrangements and stuff like that. But all words that come out for me are the ones that speak to my heart and are true. So if I'm singing Time After Time, we did that because, you know, I heard it driving in the car one day and was just like, I love this song. If I sang In My Life from the Beatles, it's my life, you know. Yeah. And for you,
well, I'm reminded of our kind of original decision to make music that was about love. We experimented with doing songs by other people that like just the popular songs of the day, whatever they were. We experimented, and what we found over and over was that we both felt more comfortable when the message in the lyrics was something that we really both believed in. And it was, I mean, we completely agree on what we both believe in. And so we found it just easy to do that. And somehow we've been very fortunate in the commercial business of music that's never really been challenged. So there is, if there was any pressure to do music that we didn't feel from our hearts, it wasn't enough pressure to stop us from doing just exactly what we love to do, which incidentally is a pretty nice thing to do if you're a musician, because some of the songs that we've played 4,000 or 5,000 or 6,000 times. So it'd be a good idea to make sure that everything you record is something you love, just in case you get the incredible opportunity to play that song a few thousand times. It should be one you love.
Fra tutte le vostre canzoni, ne avete una che preferite, una a cui siete più legati?
I don't have a favorite song. Oh, okay. I wait. What's your favorite song?
My favorite song is usually whatever song we start playing. It really is that. I really do feel that way about the body of music that we play. Everyone is both the favorite song and a fresh adventure every time we play it. I don't know what Patti's going to do, and she doesn't know what I'm going to do exactly. Sometimes on the very gross level, it's completely surprising, and sometimes it's on a more subtle level. But it's always an adventure for us, every song. And so each time to perform any song it feels different to us from the other time. I always think of the image of dancing on the tightrope, like in the circus where you have to walk on the tightrope and not fall off. But now you're dancing with a partner, so you're together. I mean, you've done it 1,000 times, but every time is different and intense.
Yeah, it's really, really. It's like if you ask a parent, who's your favorite child? You know, it's like, you know, it's really hard to do. I agree with Tuktuo. To me, it's the last song I sang, which that's probably my favorite one. Because each one is a universe. It's like it's got every note has its, you know, both of us like to get everything out of each note that we can get, you know. So you just live in this world for the moment. You know, I mean, there's another thing to be said too, because we talk about love a lot and the loving feeling and the way we want the music to feel to people. And it's not in a fantasy. It's not like we live in the La La Land where, you know, there's no war and hunger and strife and hatred and, you know, pain, all of these things. But for us, in our little corner of the world, when we get on stage, we hope that we can bring for people, just for this short time, a moment of peace and a moment of being able to just, you know, stop the world for a moment, you know.
Il vostro ultimo album risale a qualche anno fa. Avete progetti futuri?
I remember you came out in 2008, I think.
I believe that.
I think it's 2008, maybe some other places in the world, 2009. We're long overdue for a new record. But in these years between them, from 2008 to now, their life, you know, we've been on the road, we've been playing together for 35 years and on the road for 25 of it, pretty much nonstop. And life just started to happen. You know, ailing parents, dying family. Both of us had sickness, which we're now fine with. But just life came in. And so doing the new record just sort of got put aside. And both of us feel like we're ready to do one. I mean, we have a studio right here in the house. And we've done other projects and songs for other people and, you know, been writing and producing and doing stuff. But we just haven't gotten in the studio yet. But the time has come now. But really, I think for us, after devoting pretty, you know, because the first day we met, the whole 35 years playing nonstop, that when life came and you were faced with the death of a loved one that you would not see again, we, these last few years, have chosen life. And being with the people we love and spending more time doing that, and are really ready to jump back in the studio. But that's really sort of it. There's no, you know, we don't have 1,000 ideas. I've got probably a list that's like hundreds of songs of other people, as well as other songs that I've written to put on a record. But really, when I was facing that with my family members, you know, some serious illnesses and stuff, I just said, I have to pull back now, and because we're still touring at the same time a lot. So I really pulled back. When I came home and when we were here, we spent the time with our family.
There's another side of it too, which is over the last about 2 years, we've been able to make a commitment to teach again, which we had not done in the whole time we'd been on the road, except for an occasional workshop or master class or something like that. And we said, okay, we know that this is important. It's important to us personally, but it's important to pass on whatever it is that we've learned. And we both love to teach. And so we set it up and have begun to do that over the last 2 years to teach. I mean, maybe half of our students are local and in person, but with Skype now, we actually have students all over the world. We have Italian students. In fact, we've produced other people's albums remotely around the world, sitting in the studio. You know, we're in our studio, they're in their studio, and we're listening in real time, and have been doing that kind of work. And it's refreshing. We've worked really in a very dedicated way on trying to make our own dream come true, our own artistic dream come true. And we've been really surprisingly successful in a way, given that it's a commercial music business, and we do something that at its heart,
non-commercial.
It's not commercial, but it has been, and it's amazing. And what we find is that we love just as much helping other people see what their dream is, and then helping them to go toward that dream. They don't need to go toward our dream. Whether it's in the teaching role or the coaching role or the producing, recording, mixing, all these different things have to do with helping somebody else to go more directly on their path. And we love it. So that's, we found we created a nice system so that people can schedule all this stuff themselves, and therefore while we're on the road, people can still set all this up just by going to our website. And that's been very satisfying for us. So that's just another thing to balance. Another excuse.
Not to be in the studio. No, but...
Vi ringraziamo per aver condiviso Tac and Patti con noi e aspettiamo di ritrovarvi a Palermo. Un saluto per i nostri amici di VOIR.
Ciao.
Well, you're supposed to say hi to the people at VOIR.
Oh, you're going to say that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you said it so well. I'm just going to say hi.
Okay, so we thank all of you so much for everything, and we just want to say a really big, heartfelt ciao to everyone at VOIR.